Hello, do you have a kitchen faucet that drips or runs continuously? Well, we do, and today we're going to show you how to repair that. Welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Our channel is all about teaching you how to do things yourself to save money. So if you want to save money, subscribe to our channel and we'll help you with that. We currently have over 200 videos online and they're all about things related around the house. Some tool reviews, but mostly repairing things. So anyway, our faucet in our kitchen here is a Delta Model 400 DST, and quite often when we cut it off it just continues to drip, or maybe it even runs a little bit. But we purchased a new cartridge that should fix this problem. It is a Delta brand name cartridge and it's part number RP50587. And most, at least what I understand, most of your single-handle Delta faucets use this particular cartridge. So we'll be showing you how to replace it. And later in the video, I'm going to be talking about one problem that we ran into that could cause you a lot of trouble in trying to replace this if you're not careful. But that'll be later in the video, so stay tuned. Now let's move forward with getting this faucet to stop dripping. The first thing you want to do is reach under your sink and you'll find two valves. Now this is a typical valve. This is under our sink, but make sure you turn both of them off completely before you start. That's got to be step one. The next thing you want to do is put the stoppers in both sides of your sink, or just, whatever, if you've only got one section. But make sure you do something to cover the drains in the bottom of your sink, so if you drop something you don't lose it. Next thing you want to do is under your handle is this little thing here. That's typical Delta kind of thing. Just use your fingernail or something and pull that out. It's just a little rubber piece that fits in there to cover up where the set screw's at. Now you have a 1/8 inch set screw in there. Take your Allen wrench, put it in there, loosen it. Loosen a little bit more and your handle will come off like that. Set your handle aside. This ring right here will unscrew. It may be tight. Okay. If it's real tight and you can't turn it, get some large pliers, but put something like a towel or a rubber mat or something around here to protect it, so the pliers don't damage the metal. Anyway, you just unscrew this. And right there's your cartridge. So we're going to take this out. We're going to put our new one in there. This is our new cartridge in the box. I've already gotten it loose so it comes out real easily. So there's the cartridge. If you open the package up, there's your instructions for installing the cartridge. It's pretty self-explanatory. On your cartridge, you got this little orange thing up here. Now it goes in your faucet like this, but if you're looking at it here, if that's all the way to the left, that gives you full range of your handle from hot to cold. If you don't want full hot and full cold, as an example, if you have small children and you don't want them to get burned with the full hot water, that would be an example of where you'd want to move this over to the right side, which you would not be able to get your full hot water and full cold water. Most people, I don't know, that would want to change that, but if you want to, that's how you change it. Now in our case, that was real hard to move, but it will move. So that's what that's for. But you take your cartridge, you set it down in here like that. If you wiggle it a little bit, you'll find it has a home spot that it kind of sets into. Then you take this part, back over it. Well, it might be easier if you took your handle here and push it up so it's straight up. And then find its little spot again. There's where it sets in place. Take this, set it down over it, screw it back down. Screw it down until it's good and tight. Hand tight here, if you got a good grip, should be tight enough. I wouldn't use pliers to try and tighten that. And then this is your handle for your adjustment of your water. So then you take your handle, and note I never took the set screw completely out. I just loosened it some. We're going to set it back on there, and we're going to tighten it up. And take your set screw and give it a little bit to just snug it up good. Don't try to over tighten it, just good and snug. And that should be all there is to it, except for putting your little plug back in here. And it just pushes in like that. And that should take care of it. Now let's cut our water on, and we'll see how it works, and I'll talk to you about some pitfalls of replacing that you may run into. At this point, I want to talk about two issues that you may run across that can make the difference between a very easy repair and a really aggravating repair, or maybe even not even being able to repair this leaky faucet. The first thing that we ran across was your set screw right here. When we were preparing for this video, that thing was so tight I wasn't even sure I would be able to get it out. And when I first started, it was so tight that I went and fortunately for me, I had recently purchased some brand new Allen wrenches, and they weren't the ones I was using at the time. So I went and got my brand new Allen wrenches, and when I put them in there and started trying to loosen it, I really felt like I was right on the verge of that thing stripping out or something breaking before that set screw in there broke loose. But if you have a case where that is really tight, before you push your luck too far, make sure you got an Allen wrench at the end of it is good and the corners are good and squared off. Typically, as Allen wrenches get a little bit of wear, the corners on that hexagon tend to get worn down a little bit. Make sure you got an Allen wrench that's not worn out or doesn't have the corners rounded off, and you'll have a lot better chance of getting that thing loose. And that was the first pitfall that we ran across. Pardon me. But you know, a good new Allen wrench, or at least one with good squared off corners, can help you a lot with that problem. Now I do have this loose. The second thing was getting this part off. Now I know I told you before you could put something on here and use a wrench, but if you can't get this thing loose, you can't replace the cartridge, obviously. But you know, you can get pliers up high if you have to without something under it. It's going to skin this up, but when your valve is on here, as you can see, only a little bit of the bottom shows. So it's not really a bad deal if you skin it up some. But if you have to go that route, try to get the pliers up high instead of down low on this part that unscrews. And if you do damage it some, maybe it won't be visible for you. But that's the two pitfalls that we have seen that may give you trouble. But as a general rule, this is an easy repair. And so at this point, I'd just like to say thank you for visiting Do It Yourself with Wayne. We really would appreciate it if you do all the things, you know, click like, subscribe, share with your friends, all those things. And we'd just like to wish you a great day.